that be the first All-Star, All-NBA guy to have to take the qualifying offer?
Now, if he takes that offer, he really wants out.
Yeah.
Like he is fed up. He is fed up, wants out, and believes himself.
Yeah.
And
you don't want to be there.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be there.
Yep.
Even if that's the case, I would say do not do that.
No,
do not
tap in with him.
Do not do that.
Do that one.
So the other thing is, obviously, because they're both far apart on terms, Detroit and Jalen Duren, you can do a shorter term type of a deal that can get you close to the money you want and get you out sooner than later.
Back to the free agent market.
Yeah, back to the free agent market. So people may say, well, why would Detroit do that? Well, Jalen could threaten to take that qualifying offer. In order to get Detroit to allow him to do maybe a 1-and-1 deal, maybe a 2-and-1 deal. Jalen Green did that in Houston a few years back. So the problem with restricted free agency is that it tends to get ugly.
Yeah.
And it tends to go long, deep into the summer.
Yeah, this is.
All right, man, our good brother Jalen Duren, Jalen Duren, our good brother Jalen Duren. Chris Haynes said he want OUT, make you want to shout. Like he even thinking about signing a qualifying offer. If I can find my iPhone, I left it in the car last night. I don't know. Siri, where you at, bitch? I don't know where it's at, though. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, it might be in my bag. Nope, it ain't in my bag. I don't know where Siri went. That's a great question. Uh-oh. But, maybe I left it at my desk at work. But, I don't know what the qualifying offer is, but it must not be high. And Chris Haynes say, man, he shouldn't do that. But he fed up in Detroit. He want out of Detroit. So check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So my mind it always kind of go back. I'm going to tell you why I go back to this game. 2 seasons ago, they played the Houston Rockets in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And they were down. I mean, my bad. It was the Boston Celtics. It was either Boston. It was Boston, my bad. I keep saying it was Boston. Tatum was on the heater. And they got down by 20, 30 points. And, Duren was just disengaged. And then Duren started scoring. And then he started playing defense. And me sitting right there under the basket, I had an epiphany. I was like, yo, homeboy, damn, it's like 3 UPS trucks back to back. 4. There's one in front. I was looking, I'm like, man, he don't run the play. I mean, he don't even want to play when he get the ball. And I think I believe Jalen Duren wants to be offensively more involved with the Detroit Pistons. I think that's the foundation of the issue. He wants to be able to touch the ball more in the post, more in the high block. He wants to show what he can do offensively. I think that's the number one issue. I think he wants to be able to get more touches to show that he can be that second option in Detroit, right? Now, everybody in the world, especially after Victor Wembanyama took less than the max, which I explained that in my video, he gonna make the money that he gave up, the 40 million or the 40-some million that he gave back, he gonna make that 3 or 4 times back over in that time period in endorsements. He's an international star and starting to become a U.S. domestic star. Okay? He gonna make that money back tenfold, right? 6-fold at least. So, I get that point, but everybody in the world is like, you can't give him $50 million a year, especially when you haven't fixed your ability to find a scorer next to him. So I think there were already underlying issues that we didn't see on the team. I think he wanted the ball more offensively. And you know, I've said it. JB need to get him more touches, and I think when K was out, he proved that he can do some things offensively without the ball. I mean, with the ball in his hands. They played a lot faster. You know, and I think he showed that he can do some things. But then people will just go right after that. It was the playoffs, and he didn't do anything. There were times where they did post him up in the playoffs, and, you know, it appeared that he'd make a strong move, and he just missed a lot of them. But I think the underlying issue, I first noticed the issue. Let me go through the timeline of my Rolodex memory. I first noticed the issue when they kept associating the Pistons with Nikola Vujovic and Miles Turner. I'm like, oh, they want to stretch 5. They don't really care for JD. You kept hearing that they were interested in the stretch 5. Then you go back last year, and they didn't sign him to a contract. They said you got to go earn it. And you know, rightfully so, he earned the contract because he went out there and made all NBA third team. But then people will say, you know, he missed the play. He didn't play well in the playoffs 2 years in a row. The first year he fouled out a lot of foul trouble versus the Knicks. The second year he just was a cone out there. He had 2 good games. I think like game 7 versus the Magic and game 1 versus the Cavs. All right. So I think that you know, that's what that was. You know, and now it's just to the point saying, I look here. Last year y'all didn't want to give me a contract. Y'all wanted a Miles Turner, Vujovic. I wasn't y'all guy. Y'all didn't draft me. Y'all kept associating yourself with stretch 5s. We couldn't come to a contract last summer. You told me to go prove it. I proved it. I averaged 19 and 10. You know what I'm saying? I made all NBA third team. I earned this $50 million a year. Fuck what you talking about in the playoffs. Fuck what you talking about in, I can't shoot. Give me my money. And I think he already wanted to leave. I think the number one issue before we even got to the money, the number one issue was he wants the ball. He wants to be the man. I remember the last player we had like that in Jeremy Grant. He chose to not get a championship in Denver and came to Detroit to show that he can score points. I don't want them people on my team. Especially if he's trying to win championships and he crying and complaining about getting the ball and you're not skilled. You're not skilled. To be honest with you, dog, I'm a firm believer. If you don't want to be here, keep it moving. Like, if I love you, I'll try to fix the issue. And if it's without my reach and without my will or without out of my circumference of doing it, just keep it moving then. If I'm them, fuck it, bro. I still got to get a shot creator. If I can just go to Sacramento, I'll fuck with Sabonis. I'll probably make another deal somewhere or cut a couple of these niggas. Bring Vujovic if he ain't signed as a backup. I go get Sabonis, or I try to make a little side deal, maybe get Miles Turner or something like that. I go fuck around and get Sabonis. Give me Monk. If I can make it work with Zach LaVine, my money, that's going to be hard to make it work. Because I don't know what Monk is making. If Monk is making, he's probably making about 20. So I think you can make 20. And they got a trade exception. So I'll just go ahead, trade Jalen Duren for Sabonis and for even Malik Monk, depending how the money can work, and Zach LaVine. I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll put Sabonis at center. We can speak about it at another time. It's gonna look stupid that you got rid of Stu too, but I'll put Sabonis at center. All right. I'll try to get LaVine. That money gonna be hard to make work. If I can't get LaVine, I turn around and get Monk. Or if I can get a better deal, the thing about getting MPJ is who you gonna get to play center. So do you feel comfortable with Nikola Vujovic playing center? That's why kind of getting rid of Isaiah Stewart was kind of stupid. You know, can you swing a deal for Miles Turner? But honestly, if I'm them, you know, if I can get, I don't know who all on the market, but if I can get Vujovic, Turner, or Vujovic, who was the other guy that can shoot? I feel like it was somebody. But if I can get Vujovic or something, I'll probably still pick up Vujovic to be a backup center, to be honest with you. But then I'll get Sabonis. And if I can find a way to make it work to get Levine, I'll get Levine, and I'll just keep it moving. It most likely will be Monk, and that's because of the money. It most likely will be Monk, but it's hard to get Michael Porter Jr. because they don't have a big fella to give you back. That's the problem. They don't have a big fella to give you back. And you got to pay MPJ, right? He want to be played. You want to pay him right away, even before you see how it feng shui. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's a sticky situation. But at this point, I'll probably move him, bro. At this point, if he feel that, and I'm pretty sure there's been signs leading up to this in the locker room that he been feeling this type of way. So I'm pretty sure they got a contingency plan. I don't know what else is out there to do. I mean, call Dallas. I will call Dallas. I'm willing to part ways with draft picks. I'll call Dallas. Vujovic, Valanciunas got cut too. Yeah, Valanciunas got cut too. Hey, Valanciunas got cut too. So if you went out there, if I could find my phone, I thought I left it in the car. You know, if I could find a nigga phone, we might be in some trouble here. Maybe if on the floor. Hold on. All right, I found my phone. So, it was in between the seats. Find the phone. So, let's just look up some stuff. I'm early at work. So, let's see who we got available in the center market. So, Kelly Olynyk. Shit. You got Dwight Powell. I want to say he retired. Yeah, Valanciunas got picked up somewhere. You ain't got much. So MPJ is gonna be hard to, you're gonna have to make another deal to get a center, which I think that can happen. I think that can happen because they got Julius Randle listed as their center on Google. Noah Clowney, Darren Sharp. I don't know none of these niggas. So, I mean, honestly, bro, I'm calling Dallas. Let's get this Kyrie done. Give me Gavley, give me Lively, give me one of them. Give me one of them with Kyrie, and I'm willing to ante up the picks. I'm willing to ante up the picks. I think that's my number one destination. It's probably Dallas. So yeah, Monk is at $20 million. The thing about Monk is he got a player option next year. He had $20 million in a year. So, but hey, man, I mean, that's just my opinion on it, man. But if I'm keeping it a bean, I'm calling Dallas. If I can't get it done in Dallas, maybe you call Washington for AD. I know a lot of y'all don't like that. Maybe you call Washington for AD. Because Vujovic ain't even out. Where the hell does Vujovic go? Hold on. Where did he go? Orlando. So yeah, we'll see, man. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, the whole nine. Peace.